Good evening, Ghostlings. Happy Halloween. I hope everyone is having a lovely day as of far. I'm False and I do art and design based on my random interests. Without further ado, let's get to the cosplay. The design I went with was basically the original with some added accessories. I gathered inspiration from Pinterest, looking at other cosplayers, colour palettes and alternative style in Vegas. I can't resist making weapons, so I also gave them an axe. I kept to saturated colours and decided that I wanted to use LEDs to allude to the bright lights of casinos. I got my friend on call to chime in with her opinions, and together we managed to refine it. And with that, the concept was finished. Though I can assure you things will be added and deducted along the way as I find my way around this. I have a month, a lack of materials, and a bad habit of overestimating my abilities. Now on to the making. The shirt and pants I already had in my wardrobe. I believe I got them as a hand-me-down from my aunt. For the other supplies, I looked around the house and browsed Wish because I'm addicted to the deals and will risk being scammed to get them, but shipping was a killer. I also browsed other websites, Kmart and dollar shops for items. It also gave me an excuse to go outside. I cannot describe the amount of joy seeing all the decorations. This is my favourite holiday and everyone gets so creative. Christmas, I love you too, but kindly f*** off. It's not your time. I wasn't planning on getting anything, but the skeletons were $1 each and I can't resist. Also got some LEDs.
Cherish the wrap. Isn't that cute? Do you think Oscar would wear it?
I think we could try.
I went to the doll store and that was when I heard screaming. I planned to create and customize a few items to hang off the belt and attach to the suspenders. I started with a duck. I already had a black duck with me I could paint on, and you may wonder, why didn't I just get a yellow one? And the answer is, I really don't know. I also didn't know that Mother had grown a slight attachment to the duck, and I was about to break her heart. It was both tedious and horrifying, but it was required to apply paint. I used gesso to prime the surface before painting it with standard orange-yellow colour, blending dark colours to build up the dimension. I also painted the beak and the eyes. It took forever. The wings are pretty easy to customise, as I only needed to add rhinestones of hot glue, to add a bit of shine. And now for the potion. I know nothing about cooking. I saw someone put vanilla extract in milk, and I thought, hey, I can do that, and just add food colouring. And boom, regen. I mean, it worked after a minor setback, and it looked really pretty.
And wash that candle with the paper.
Huh?
Wash the candle with the paper.
Oh, I thought you said wash the candle.
You should not have allowed that experiment on that lady.
We'll figure that out.
I then noticed I had strawberry milk in the fridge, and that would have looked exactly the same. I chugged it, perhaps because I didn't mind it, or because I wanted it over with. I already had the handle ready, so I used that to set up approximate measurements for the pieces. I started on the smaller parts, drawing up, cutting them out, and sanding them. I later realised I didn't have wood large enough to cut multiple pieces. I scrounged around council cleanup and stalked my friend, but alas did not find any wood. But my dad did. The large piece was about 3 centimeters too small on one end, but I could work with it. I had to change some of the measurements around, not because it was too small, but because all my measurements and ratios were very, very wrong. So let's hope for the best. But I left school to stop doing math, so no thank you to fixing them. My dad cut out the piece because I'm still learning to use the saw, and it was extremely curved. I was very happy with how it turned out. I had to switch up the design a bit due to the limited materials, but everything else shrunk anyway, so I decided it wouldn't make too much of a difference. Let's take a moment to thank my dad, the MVP. Without him, I would have been off the beaten trail with no clue how to build this thing. My tip to anyone wanting to start a project: go in with an unsubstantiated amount of confidence and an idea in mind, and then drag someone along who actually knows how to execute it. Legend. We set up the spray paints and got to colouring. After the pieces were painted, my dad drilled them dowels to larger parts and secured everything with hot glue. Now the last stretch, it's time for the LEDs. Now I may have made a mistake. The single lights came in and they were pretty perfect. The 5-meter strips were also cool, but I didn't know anything about LEDs. And they didn't come with connectors or power sources. My budget was at its limit and nothing cheap was going to order in time. We did find a fix to the problem by using a 12V battery, but then we ran into the issue that the LED strips would not fit tightly to the star. So we had to go without them. Sorry for anyone who's disappointed about that. I might add other red LED lights later on, but it won't be able to fit into this video. With a few adjustments to the design, I began to glue everything on. And with that, the cosplay was finished.
It's fine, it's fine. Oh my god! Oh, that was incredible.
Thank you so much for watching. This was so much fun to make and I really hope to do more things like this in the future. I'll be uploading spontaneously until I figure out how to manage my time, but if you think you'd enjoy these videos, feel free to stick around. I really appreciate the support. Until another day, bye for now and thanks again.